Welcome to paradise. Welcome back to the channel. So before I tell you where I'm going this week, I think it was last week's video, I talked about the walleye cheating scandal. I just wanted to clear something up. I said it was 4 fish. It's actually a 5 fish limit, just like bass tournaments. They stuffed those lead balls on all 5 fish. I think they were 12-ounce lead balls, and they put 2 in each fish. So that's a pound and a half they added to each fish. And the way they got caught, I found out, I'm sure by now you guys all know the story, but the guy who weighs them, he's been doing it for so long, you know, he can tell within 6 ounces, 8 ounces, the size of a fish. And they brought this one up, looked like, you know, 5.5 pounds. He put it on the scale, it was almost 8. And so he knew something was up. So he felt, I guess when he was handling the fish, he squeezed one and he felt something hard. And that's why they cut him open. But anyway, those 2 guys, I kind of, you know, researched a little deeper. They're just 2 bad people. It's beyond fishing. If you learn about their life, they're just 2 not very good human beings. But then I saw, while I was doing that, you know, you get on YouTube and you just kind of go down that YouTube rabbit hole. This one site called Bass Talk Live, they interviewed the guy who exposed Mike Long. I mentioned the Mike Long story. If you want to hear him talk, he was like on there for an hour. It's like a podcast on YouTube. Bass Talk Live. Just the story itself was interesting. Listening to him talk was really amazing. But I thought that Mike Long's story, there couldn't be a worse cheating scandal. And I don't believe there is, in terms of length, how long he did it, and fame, how famous he got. But while I was on YouTube looking at the cheating scandal, here's one I got to share. I couldn't believe this one. This has got to be the most elaborate, ingenious cheating scandal I've ever heard of. This is all, I don't have any proof. I can't back anything I'm saying up. This is just something that I'm getting from somebody on the internet, that there was a guy named Tony Christian, and I don't even remember where it was. It might have been Alabama. And he just showed up on the FLW tour, and it was like, I think they said 2004, 2005, early 2000s. And he was bragging about how, you know, he was going to dominate the FLW tour. And I guess he won in his first 4 events on the FLW. He won 3 of the first 4. And so they're thinking, man, this guy is really a hotshot. Well, you know, back then, I used to fish those pro-ams. So I'm the amateur and the pros on the front. And we fished as a team, and so we combined our fish. Well, they had other events back then where you had 2 pros on the same boat, and they would split the trolling motor, you know, half a day each, and they were competing against each other. And then you had tournaments where you had an amateur with the pro, and they were weighing separate fish. The amateur was competing against the amateurs, and the pro was competing against the pros, and they'd split the live well. Well, anyway, I think it was one of those tournaments. So he's got a guy on the back of the boat. After the tournament, the guy goes to the tournament director and says, "There's something fishy about this guy I was fishing with." We pulled up to a dock, and he kept pitching his jig on the same dock piling. He caught all 5 of the fish that he weighed in off of one dock piling. He said, that just doesn't make sense. So I don't know how they found out about it, but what they discovered was this guy, he was taking this big old plastic tub. I've seen them at Walmart, you know, and they got the lids. He was cutting a hole in the top of the lid for his jig to go through. He was taking like a carpet knife and cutting slits in the hole, away from the hole, so that if he dropped his jig into the tub and there were fish in it, when a fish grabbed the jig and he pulled that fish up, the fish would push those things up that he cut away from the hole so he could get the fish out, and then they would come back down so the other fish couldn't get out. And that's what he was doing. Now, to me, that's ingenious. And the crazy part about this story if you try to find information about it, it is almost impossible. And according to what I heard, it's because FLW never mentioned it to, they never disqualified him. They never mentioned anything about it. The guy just disappeared. And the rumor is he hired a lawyer. They were going to DQ him, take away his winnings. He hired a lawyer. And I guess the lawyer read the terms of the FLW contract, fishing contract, and there's nothing specifically in there that said you can't put fish in a tub on the lake and catch them, because it says you got to catch the fish in the mouth. He did. You got to catch them on tournament day. He did. And you got to catch them on that lake you're fishing. He did. So the rumor is they told him, look, keep your winnings and go away, and then, or if you insist on continuing to fish our tour, we're going to DQ you and we'll take you to court. They didn't want to go to court. They didn't want the negative publicity. That's the way the story is told. And I got to tell you something. If someone gets caught cheating, you disqualify them, you ban them. I'm for all the punishments. Those guys in the walleye guys, they're scumbags. They're I mean, they have no creativity, shoving weights in a fish. They put I don't know if you saw this, fish fillets around the weights so that if the guy felt, he wouldn't feel the anyway. But this guy, I got to tell you, I admire his ingenuity. I admire his creativity. He should be banned for sure. But there's like an admiration to sit down and go and think that. Like, that would never even enter my mind to do something like that. I just think it's creative. Anyway, okay, so next week I'm going to Coeur d'Alene again, Coeur d'Alene Lake. Going to an area I've never been to before. It's considered local, so I'll go for one day, and after day one I'll determine if I want to go for a second day. I'll show you on the map what part I'm going to fish. Okay, so this is where I went last time, Wolf Lodge Bay, and I fished all the way to, I believe I fished to this point right here, and then I ran across. So this time I'm going here. I'm launching at this ramp right here in town, and I'm going to fish. I'm thinking, let me zoom in here. I went on Google Earth just to kind of see how to get to that ramp, and looks like there's a marina in here. So I'm going to fish the marina first if I can. I tried to fish the marina on the Spokane River. The closest dock to the shore was 80 feet deep, and I got a feeling this one's going to be in deep water too. You see the contour lines, how close together they are. They usually build marinas in town like that on the deepest water, so you don't have to take your boats out when they draw the lake down. But I'm gonna fish it if I can. Then I'm gonna fish this point. There's deep water on this point. I'm gonna fish around here, and then I'm gonna run right here. See that Fernon Lake? I've been to that lake one time. It's real small. I fished it 15 years ago or more. I'm going to go to where the water, it looks like there's a creek, and I don't know if the water from Fernon comes into Coeur d'Alene or the water from Coeur d'Alene goes into Fernon, but if I can get my boat in there, I'll probably mess around in there for a while, in the creek part. I got a feeling it's going to be too shallow. But then the bulk of my day is going to be, I'm going to run over here. See this Cougar Bay? These contour lines are so far apart, meaning that bay just slowly tapers down. There's a big hole here, 30-foot depression. I may fish that, but I'm really focused on out here where it gets down to about 30 feet. I'm gonna graph that 25 to 35 foot depth, starting over here all the way across the lake to this Kidd Island Bay, I think it's called, to the mouth. And I'm going to do like I did on my last trip to the Spokane River. I'm going to be looking for individual fish near the bottom, and I'm going to drop on them. So that'll be the bulk of my day after I do in here. The marina is going to take up, it's either going to take up some, I'm going to spend time on there, or it's going to turn out I can't fish it at all, and I'm going to end up going right to this point. But anyway, that's my plan for day one, and then at the end of day one I'll figure out if I want to do a day two. So I'll see you Tuesday. I'll be in here somewhere. Okay, it's almost 7:30. There's the marina behind me. I'm going to start here until somebody tells me I can't fish it. It reminded me of a quick story about a guy I knew named Dave Noller. He's down in Southern California. When I first started bass fishing, the way I met Dave is I'm a dog lover, big dog lover. I was out on Lake Paris, and I see this guy in a boat with a black lab, and he catches a bass, and the dog's tail is wagging, and the dog wants to like grab the fish. He shows the fish to the dog, and he throws it back. So I struck up a conversation with him over his dog, and turned out to be one of the nicest guys I ever met. But anyway, Dave one day told me, if you ever fish a tournament and there's a marina and it's not off limits, he said, you want to go in there and check it out, because a lot of times they'll release fish from tournaments right at the marina, and they'll hang around. And then he told me this story about how he was practicing for a team tournament on Lake Paris, and he found a group of fish right in the launch ramp. I wouldn't call it a marina, it was a boat launch with a parking lot. And they were only one-day tournaments, because Lake Paris is like 1,000 acres, if that. It's probably less. And we'd have 30 or 40 boats out there. So it was a one-day tournament, so you only had to find one group of fish to win a tournament. Anyway, everybody knew Dave, so he didn't want to, when they called his number, he didn't want to just put the trolling motor down and start fishing the marina, because other guys would say, oh, Dave must have found something. So what he did was he hit his kill switch and turned the engine over, and it made it look like, hang on a minute, I'm about to hit made it look like his engine wouldn't start. He took the cowling off the engine, he tied it off to the dock there, and he told the tournament director, just go ahead and let everybody go. So everybody thought he was broke down. He waited till everybody left, put the cowling back on, put the trolling motor down, fished in the marina, and won the tournament. The thing about Dave is, I never saw him fish with anybody else. He fished team tournaments by himself, and he still won. He was that good. I'll tell you one more quick one about Dave. This is what kind of a guy he was. After we had fished the tournament and he won, we were just talking, and he was telling me where he caught him and how he caught him. And I had this puzzled look on my face, because where he was telling me wasn't registering with me. So he says, well, if you got time, we'll go out there and I'll show you. So we actually launched our boats, both our boats. I followed him out, and he showed me what he was using. It was like an 8-inch worm, I think. And he was using a real light, like 16th ounce bullet weight. And he told me the reason was the fish on Lake Paris get caught and released so much, they get conditioned to the feel of a heavy, when they suck something in the feels unusually heavy, they spit it right out. I don't know if that's true or not, but he was good at it. So anyway, we went out there. He gave me the equipment. We sat in our boat side by side. He caught, I think he outfished me 5-1. We fished for like an hour, and that was it. But that was the kind of guy Dave Noller was. I have other Dave Noller stories, but anyway, I'm going to go in here until someone tells me I can't. I'm going to throw a little swim bait, and I'm going to drop shot, pilings and stuff. See if there's anything in here. I got to tell you a quick story. See that? Well, I can't zoom this GoPro in for some reason, but there's a plane right there. It's a company that takes you up like on a you know, takes you around the lake. They call it scenic flights. Their plane collided with another plane a few years ago right over the lake. We don't know how in the world. I never heard the final what do you call, you know, of why it happened. It was a day, not a cloud in the sky, middle of the day. Him and another guy, they collided. Somebody was filming it with their camera. You can find it on I think on YouTube. You can find it on the internet. Anyway, it was sad. A bunch of people died. Go. Start recording. There's a good one. Come here. I lost two right at the boat. I do not want to lose him. I should have 3 keepers by 8 o'clock. Instead, I got, if I can get him in the boat, I got one. Come here. Not big, but this is the third, what do you say, pound and a half. This is the third pound and a half smallmouth I've had here. All right, I don't even know if that camera's rolling, but oh, I think it's about to die. Pound and a half. I'm gonna say pound and a half. 1.9. 1 pound, 9 ounces. See you, buddy. Yeah, I've had 3 of those. Lost them on the, 2 of them on a drop shot, which is very odd. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, that's my first official keeper, 1 pound, 9 ounces. Okay, it's 9:30. The wind's blowing a little bit. I caught that one keeper in the marina. I should have had 3 pound and a half fish, but I only got 1 in the boat. I'm at that first point. I'm going to work around this point, see if I can get anything, and then I'll head over where that creek runs into that Fernan Lake. This feels like a keeper. Yep. It's my second one. If I get them in the boat, I found another marina. Oh yeah, that's a good one. For me. Yeah, that's a good one. Come here. I don't know why I've been losing fish, but I don't want to hit that guy's boat. Come here. Come here. Get in the boat. Come here. That's a 2-pounder. I don't have the big camera set up, but I found another marina. There's marinas everywhere on this lake. In fact, there's a huge one near where I launched. I'm not gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to fish it all, because there's an area I really do want to fish out offshore. I'll set up the other camera in here. 2 pounds, 2 ounces. See ya, pal, he's fat. So you probably can't see it, but that's where the water goes to that Fernan Lake. They got it roped off. I can't get in there. So that's out. I don't know if you can see that, but man, I tell you, that is quite a, I don't know what that is. It doesn't look like a hotel. Probably condos or something. I haven't been to Coeur d'Alene in, you know, like 15 years. Well, the lake part. man, they developed this place. There's another huge marina right there. There's a small one here. I just finished fishing one there. I started at one over there, and there's a big one further down the lake. I'm gonna leave this water, and I'm gonna run back. I'm gonna try to fish that other big marina near where I launched. And then I'm gonna start fishing that Cougar Bay drop-off. It's pretty rough, but it's fishable. I was in the calm part of the lake. Apparently, it's a lot rougher here. There's that other marina. I launched over there. I'm gonna go to this marina. I'm gonna try to. Hopefully, they'll let me fish in there out of this stuff. That's Cougar Bay, and I'm going to fish the drop all the way across the lake, but this might not be fishable water. It's right there on the borderline. I can probably do it, but it's not a lot of fun. So I'm going to see if I can get in here for an hour. I don't think it's going to get any better out here, but look at this. Do you believe that? That is officially the smallest bass I've ever caught, right there. For the ridiculously low price of $800,000, you can own a 3-story houseboat. Oh, 90-foot lakefront lot. Well, there's where your money's going. 2 jet skis. Oh, actually, that's a heck of a deal. I think I got my 3rd keeper. I'm out here on the Cougar Bay drop-off. He might be a pound. I'm gonna weigh him because that's been tough. I don't think so, but he's skinny. You're skinny, pal. I'm out here. That's Cougar Bay over there. And I'm out on the 30-foot zone. Oh boy. I didn't set up the camera. It was pretty rough there till not too long ago. It's calmed down a little. Oh God, I got you good. You weren't coming off, buddy. Let's see if I can do this. Yep. Okay, let's see what you weigh. You gonna be a pound? No, you're not gonna be a pound. You are not gonna be a pound, but I'm gonna weigh you anyway, man. Those waves are beating me up. Actually, this is as calm as it's been in a while. I need to take advantage of this. Come on. You're not a pound. Oh, you're 15 ounces. Nope. Man, I'm catching so many fish. Unfortunately, they're shorts. I'd take a 2-pounder right now. Boy, there's another one. Nope. I'm in 30 feet. And man, there's tons of bait out here. There's schools. This is what I did on what it was at Dvorak, chasing schools, and I said I wasn't gonna do it. I'm gonna catch one more and then I'm gonna keep moving. So here's an update. That's the Kid Island. I'm in Kid Island Bay. I'm fishing a weed line in about 20 feet. I'm gonna fish the island, and then I actually graphed all the way across the lake in that Cougar Bay 30-foot zone. I found one area that seemed to be better than the rest. I caught a lot of little ones. I didn't catch any keepers. I think I caught 5 bass that weighed 15 ounces. I'm gonna go back there and concentrate more on it here, but I'm down here, so I'm just gonna finish this. I think I got my 3rd keeper. Yeah, I do. Well, I think. Yeah, he's over a pound. Yeah, I think so. Oh, brother. Come here, bud. You gotta be over a pound because, oh man, I don't think he is. Jeez. Holy mackerel. Tough day again. Those two I lost like in the first 20 minutes of the day, man. They weren't big, but they were, you know, pound and a half. And man, I'm telling you, I'm having a heck of a time. The wind even sort of cooperated. Let's weigh it. Be over a pound. Ready? He is. I'm not exactly sure how much, but I saw one. 1-1. That's my third keeper of the day. Woohoo! See ya, pal. I'm not setting up the big camera. It's just, if I catch one more on this spot, I'll set it up. I've been jumping from spot to spot. There's that Cougar Bay. I'm way out here, 30, 35 feet. What'd I say? 1-1. That's 3. I got about an hour and a half to try to catch 2 keepers. Okay, so this is where I started this morning, and I had 2 keepers like in the first 20 or 30 minutes. They both came off at the boat, so figured I'd come back. I got about a half an hour left. I'm gonna come back and see if I can get them to bite again so I can fill out the limit. I got about 25 minutes left, and then I'm toast. I'm done at 4:30. Well, this guy's pulling pretty good, but let's see. Come on, that might be one of the, oh yeah, that's a keeper. Get in the boat. That's number 4. I got about 15 minutes left. Can I do it? Okay, my GoPro camera went off. 1 pound, 8 ounces. He's a pound and a half. 1/8. Not bad. Not bad for today, I'll tell you that. Okay, I got one more. Can I do it? It's 4:15. I'm stopping at 4:30. So it's either gonna happen right here or it's not gonna happen. Oh, I better write that down. What did I say? Jeez, I forget. 1/8, right? I said 1/8. Yep, I did. I said 1/8. So that's number 4. Very small limit. If I can do it, 1/8. Come on, 15 minutes. Okay, I didn't get that 5th one. I'm done. So it was a 4 fish for 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 9, 5, 11, 5, 12, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. I'm coming back tomorrow. Tomorrow will determine if I do 1 or 2 videos on this trip, but there's an area over here I want to fish a little harder, and I can probably spend most of a day, so I'm going to come back tomorrow. But that's it for this one, and I got to get back. It cost me 25 bucks to launch and park my boat. I'm going to tell you something, just for a matter of information. If you go to Lake Ponderay, every ramp in the lake is free. Doesn't matter if you live here, if you're out of state. You come here, every ramp they charge you. This one, there's no parking. They charge you 5 bucks to launch, but there's no place to park, so you got to go park next door. They charge $2 an hour. It's going to cost me 25 bucks today to launch and park my boat, and there's no place close. This is the closest place to here. So I got to do it again tomorrow. 50 bucks for 2 days of fishing. tell you one thing. Well, like I said, you go to Lake Ponderay, you launch anywhere you want, you never pay a dime. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, day 2, Lake Coeur D Alene. It's a little after 7. Wind's already starting to blow, so it's going to be rough again, probably. Right there behind you is the marina where I fished a little bit yesterday. On my way back this way, I noticed there's a real shallow flat here, and it's a hard bottom. There's a lot of rock, and then it drops off into the channel. I'm just going to fish from here. The Spokane River mouth is down over there by the other marina, and this is my day right in here. I'm going to fish. I can throw topwater right now, so that's what I'm going to do right now. But I'm fishing from here to the Spokane River mouth, shallow, deep, whatever I can do, try to put together a decent day. So no more talking. You want to get sick to your stomach? I think that's a good smallmouth. It is. Man, oh man, look at that. Oh boy. Oh, I hate when I see stuff like that. Hate it. Start recording. Got my first one on a swim bait. And yeah, oh, he's a good one. Oh my God, look at the size of this guy. Oh, he came off. Jeez. Recording. That was a 4. That was a 4. Well, I found some fish. That one looked bigger than the dead one I saw over there. That was a good one. It was at least 4 pounds. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but that was a big fat one. Well, we're gonna fish this area a little bit. When I'm on the drop, that's the shallow area, and I'm sitting on the drop off, throwing up on the flat. I covered a little bit of water so far, but that was my first bite. My second one on the swim bait. He's a keeper. He's nowhere near as big as the one I lost, I can tell you that. What are you gonna do? Catch the little one? Jeez, I'm not even sure he's a keeper. Oh boy, I lose a lot of big fish, man. I mean, you know, relatively speaking, that fish was, you'll see on the camera, I'm sure it was over 4 pounds, but maybe not. I exaggerate sometimes. Hopefully this is a pound. I'm gonna be disappointed that I'm working. There's the Spokane River is right there. So this is a good sign. 1, 3. One more shot. 1, 2. I think it was 1, 2. 1 pound, 2 ounces. Yeah, it's a keeper. And it's a good sign because I'm right at the mouth of the river. I just got here. So, and I got to tell you, I felt the hook when I lost that good one. I don't know how. The only thing I could think of is the hook is so sharp that it tore him open, because that hook is sharp. 1 pound, 2 ounces. First keeper of the day. 8:15. got one on the drop shot. I don't think he's very big, but he'll keep, I think. I saw so many fish down there, I put the swim bait down and I picked up the drop shot. So I'll probably do that for a while. I think he's a pound. Boy, hey. Every time I lose a good one, I can't stop thinking about it. Alright, focus, Johnny, focus. Be a pound. I want a limit today. Pound and an ounce. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, that's 2 small keepers. 1, 2, and 1, 1. I'm gonna, there's some deeper water outside of the river there, and I saw a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna drop shot for a while. It's just that's my confidence. You know, everybody has a confidence lure that, you know, when they want to catch fish, they pick it up. That's mine. So I'm gonna do that for a little while. I probably should keep throwing the swim bait, but, and I will. It's gonna be rough like this, I'm sure, all day. So even with the sun up, the swim bait should probably still work. GoPro, start recording. Oh my God, I found a school. Jeez. I just had a school follow my swim bait in. I'm right at the mouth of the river. He's a pound. The ones that were following him weren't any bigger than him, but that doesn't mean they're not in there. It's real shallow and rocky right here, and wow, this is where that other bass boat was, but he didn't stay long. He probably was catching them like this, saying, I'm gonna go find some big ones. 1 pound, 6 ounces. Sad part is that's the biggest one for me today, other than the one I lost. GoPro, stop recording. I should be able to get a limit right here. I said that once before at one of my videos, and I didn't get my limit, so I shouldn't have said that. It's number 316, all on the swim bait. No, actually, I think I got one on the drop shot. I've been drop shotting swim bait, throwing the craw. Had one hit my craw. I threw my craw out. It had to have been 10 feet of water, and he must have hit it on the fall, because I felt the boom before I could even, you know, get ready. He wasn't on. When I reeled in, the craw was all mangled. He knocked the snot out of it. Well, one thing I should have known, you should never be cocky. See how I said, oh, I'll get a limit here. You know, I had a school follow me when I caught that last fish. I haven't had a bite since. I had one follow the swim bait in. I switched up to the jerk bait, trying to give it a different presentation, but I even fished the spinner bait through here. This is all real shallow, rocky. I'm fishing the edge of it, then I fished into it. Anyway, I haven't had a bite since I made that statement. I should have kept my mouth shut. Okay, little update. I gave up on the Spokane River area. I worked my way back, and now I'm hang on a minute, there's a stump near me here. I'm back in the area where I lost that good one this morning. I'm gonna work it hard. I'm gonna throw the swim bait again through, then I'm gonna come back with, I might throw the sinking minnow, the jerk bait, and then I'm gonna drag the craw around here. There's a lot of, it's a hard bottom and there's a lot of rock scattered around. So that's the plan. I don't really have a lot of other spots that I wanted to fish, and the marina's right there, and I launched right around the corner, and it's 20 to 12. So I'm just gonna fish this spot really hard. Okay, I'm struggling. You know, I don't know if you noticed, I'm using braid on my drop shot. I've never done that before. I decided to try it. It's got a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, because I've been fishing pretty deep, 35 feet, 35 feet, and I figured, you know, with braid there's no stretch, so I might get better hook sets. But I'm going to tell you something. It may not have anything to do with the braid, but in my mind, those fish see that green, even though it's not tied directly to the line. Because when I come out to a lake and I look on the graph and I see, you know, bait activity and fish, I catch a lot of short fish, but I catch fish. I drop down, I get bit. I got one bite today on the drop shot, one fish. There's something wrong there. Now, it may have nothing to do with this braid, but it doesn't matter, because in my head it does, you know, and confidence in fishing is everything. So the next time I go out, if I got this braid tied on, I'm going to be defeated before I start. I'm going to be saying, oh no, they see that green, they're not going to bite this. So I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I know a lot of the pros use it, so I'm sure it works. But for me, I will never use braid on my drop shot again. By the way, if you saw that jet ski guy, you can't buy a jet ski unless you have a card that certifies that you're an asshole. I'm convinced of that. Okay, I'm done. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna get high on secondhand pot smoke. Remember what I told you about the one guy over here that was making the waves next to me? You know, that card they have to have? There's 3 more card holders right here, certified. Okay, so not good. This is going to be a one video, 2 days. I caught 7 keepers. Today was, I don't know, 3-9, and of course it's the one that I missed. That's the one that I'm going to regret. But what are you going to do? I got it on camera, so. Mitchell Powers more! Yeah, these guys. Yeah, I'm surprised more of those jet ski people don't die. Of course, maybe they do, and I just don't hear about it. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hang on. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm tired. It's almost 4. I got a little burned out today for some reason. I'm running out of time, because I know when the weather turns, it's over. I'm gonna make one more trip though, I think. I'm gonna make one more road trip, and I'll talk about it Sunday. Okay, I'll see ya.